Wait a minute, didn't these guys just put out an album this year? Well, not gonna complain.
To see the second brightest star.
The Second Brightest Star by Big Big Train. So Big Big Train is a pretty prominent progressive rock band of this century. They really made a name for themselves in 2009 with the Underfall Yard. I know that they put out about 5 albums before this, but it's always been kind of lukewarm up to that point. Now, for me, it was the English Electric Part 1 and 2 that really solidified my love for these guys. And in fact, Folklore from last year was one of my favorite albums from that year. I love how they incorporate a very traditional sound. They sound very much like, say, very early Genesis. And this past year, they put out Grimmspound, which was kind of a letdown for me, especially from such a high peak as Folklore and the English Electrics. So this year they've been pumping out quite a bit of music, as well as an EP that was recently put out, known as the London Song. This was kind of a 30-minute stretch of music that they've already done, that they've kind of worked together to be a single piece. But we're not reviewing that today. We're reviewing the Second Brightest Star. And with the Second Brightest Star, it's... well, where Grimmspound I was very lukewarm with and kind of able to give the benefit of the doubt because there were some really catchy moments. The Second Brightest Star feels much more like, say, an EP, which is saying something because of the runtime. The runtime is very long, like it's over an hour long. I believe it's an hour and 10 minutes, 70 minutes in total. The thing about this particular piece is that for the first half, it's very subdued and very mellow, which I'm okay with. I mean, I do find that I like those, I call them Sunday afternoon pieces, but I felt like we got a lot of those under the last album. And really the only song that I am enjoying after this first stretch is the Passing Widow, where it's very somber. It's saying, you know, if you pass this widow, you know, lend a hand. And I like the storytelling aspect of this. It feels very much like the storytelling aspect from, I've already said, like Genesis.
Give a hand to the passing widow. She runs far from her home.
But there are just some tracks on here that I'm not really connecting with. And I've listened to this album for a number of weeks because I really wanted to get a good sense of it. But I'm just not really connecting with. And I don't know exactly what Big Big Train is hoping for with a lot of these songs being repeated. Like, the Brooklyn sequence has a lot of past tracks, especially from tracks that we've already heard this year. But there's a lot of tracks that are coming in with the extra material that we heard from the full Electric, which is kind of a conglomeration of the English Electric Part 1 and Part 2 that they added other songs to. And so those songs are then incorporated into the Brooklyn sequence. And then you also have the London Plain sequence. And both of these songs are well into 10 minutes. The London Plain is into 13 minutes. And the Brooklyn sequence is into 17 minutes. And if you know me, I love long songs. But there needs to be a reason behind the long songs. Like, it can't just be a long song for a long song's sake. And so it's because of this that the album does quite suffer. And it does feel very intimate as well. Like, it feels like you're just hanging out with some friends and you're just jamming along, revisiting some songs that you've already done, putting a little bit of a different spin on it. But you're also not really treading any groundbreaking territory. It's just kind of a fun afternoon. And I already felt like this was being done with their past work of Grimmspound, so I don't even know why they decided to put this out so soon, instead of either putting together like a proper EP or, you know, kind of like the London sequence. Like, that was a good idea. So, I don't know, I'm a little confused because the sounds that we've already heard don't really mesh very well with the new tracks that we have on here. So, yeah, I guess it's just the band wanting to put out some new music very soon with their last work. If you're a fan of the band, this is where I would say stream it. but I do kind of have to give that rating of skip it overall. Because, as I said, it doesn't really tread any new ground. You're only really revisiting things that you've already done before. And I don't know, it didn't really leave a very good lasting impression. It definitely left me wanting more, even with such a long runtime. So that's about it. What did you guys think of the second Brightest Star from Big Big Train? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know of your own thoughts by commenting down below. This is an album that I think needs to be talked about. Let me know of your own thoughts by commenting down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are definitely the best. And until next time, notes out.
No.